Cthulhu, Shadows of Sottoth, session number 38. The continuing journey for Shadows of Sottoth, a Call of Cthulhu campaign in many parts. Our journey continues with our adventurers trying to understand what is going on with the Order of the Silver Twilight. Having considered that the Order of the Silver Twilight would be a good place to be for our gentlemen, it has become apparent, clearly, that there is something not quite right in the initiation ceremonies. Various questions were asked, and those questions did not seem to be the sort of questions that you would expect at a gentleman's club. After this, other evidence was found. Evidence that seemed to point that the order was not what it seemed, that there were people there that were questionable. The strangely grey John Scott, the missing Carl Stamford. Who were these people? Where did they live? What did they do? Things became more interesting when the judge decided to take it upon himself to go and find out a little bit more about the missing person, one of the initiates of the order. The police could give him no information. Not that they wouldn't give him the information, there was just no information to give. He had just vanished into thin air. Disconsolately, there was very little that the judge could find out more than that. Back at the order, some of the others, the jazz singer, Henry Staines, and the alienist Josiah Tillinghast, they sought out the library, and to their surprise, although the library was well stocked with various volumes on business and other normal practices that you would find in a standard town, there were also tomes on religion and occultism and other esoteric titles. However, it would seem that the library did not hold anything surprising. It wasn't that, however, that caught their attention the most, for in the lodge room on the second floor, they noticed that over by the noble philosopher's dais, there was John Scott and a couple of masters. They were in conversation and then took themselves behind the curtain to, well, that was just it. You see, behind the curtain, there wasn't much space. You could tell by the size of the building that there was only a limited amount of space. So what was behind that curtain and what were they doing? It struck the men, however, that there must be another staircase that goes to the third floor, because the staircase that they had come up to get to the lodge room only went as far as the second floor, and it was obvious there was a third floor. So what was up there? Father Tom decided to take it upon himself to go and try and find out what was behind that curtain. However, he was stopped before he had a chance to do so by the way that the masters came out from there and took themselves downstairs. It would have been obvious at that point in time if Father Tom had made his way through the curtain. However, later, it was heard that there were voices from beyond that curtain somewhere. Now, later in the week, it had become obvious that the Order had many mysteries. It had many strange characters. But there was still no solid evidence of any wrongdoing, just suspicious behavior. However, things were about to change when Dr. Alan Call came into the picture. Dr. Call was a master at the lodge. He was nervous during the initiation ceremonies, where the other masters around him seemed supremely confident in what was happening with the ceremonies, and later in the bar with the conversation and the talk that was going on. Dr. Call was out of place. He was different from the others. This aroused the suspicion of the adventurers, to the point where they decided to pay Dr. Call a visit. Heading to the hospital where Dr. Call worked, they decided to just go in and confront him and find out what was going on. This became more of a drama than they expected. You see, Dr. Call has for many, many, many days, if not weeks or months, been hiding a deep secret. That deep secret was that he had been asked to become more than a master in the order. This, of course, was complete news to our brave adventurers, as they didn't realize there was more than 3 tiers to the different levels that you could be in the order, master being the highest. This was not the case. Dr. Call informed our adventurers who'd paid him a visit after a minor scuffle with a gun, because Dr. Call felt his life was in danger, and also with the secretary that tried to raise the alarm, that there were more than 3 levels of order member. There were indeed 7. Not being able to recall the highest level, he did, however, recite the names of the lower levels, and those names seemed to resonate with doom and dread. What was the secret? What was the secret behind that curtain? There must be a staircase to the 3rd floor from behind there, but John Scott has not been seen outside of that lodge room. Does he live on the 3rd floor? What else does this place hold?